Mark Campbell from Symmetrical Drumming in Canberra with this rhythmic figure. Which is on, off, off, on, off, off, off. 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1. A relationship between on and off the beat. So that's the rhythmic kernel around which I'm going to build today's practice session, which is about taking that rhythm, opening it out using different note values, and then closing it back up by going up the note tree by doubles and back down by halves, so that I go from an open feel with lots of space to a much more dense feel. And being able to create a wall of options. That's how I visualize this approach. Kernel of an idea, expanded, contracted, creating a wall of options, and I'm going to pick and choose larger sections, smaller sections, maybe just single beats, and pull them out and compose on the fly an hypermetric version of that on, off. So it's all related back to the on-off relationship, but it expands and contracts and moves in a much bigger shape than just repeating that same groove over and over. So that's the flavour of today's Rhythmetist's Shed. And just to keep it clear and simple, I've notated just the crotchet pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and. There are 1, 2, 3 other options, but that's just a cue and a prompt for me to see the relationship between the on and the off at any of the note values. The and are the plus signs. In drum jargon, a plus is used as an and, seen as an and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. And the last and, the last quaver, in this case, in each bar, is the pickup note. On, off. That last one, that's the pickup which joins the two aspects of the rhythm and gives the listener a cue that something's up. Yeah, on, off, pickup note. Very important in this rhythm. I'm also going to use what I call rhythmic mortar, rhythmic cement, which in this case is demi-semi-quavers. Keep the forward momentum going, no matter what the note spacing is. Also walking my feet with my foot cajon and trusty foot cabasa. So, creating a wall of rhythm and selecting out elements from that wall with a mortar of demi-semi-quavers, and the bricks of different sizes are coming from my options, closed and open. So that's the approach. Lots going on. So I have to stay focused, and I need a way of maintaining conscious purpose. So I use the SMARTER acronym to hone in specifically, have an objective and a feedback loop, which is this video, a set time to practice, and then time to sit back and view how I went. That feedback loop of seeing, hearing how I went is equally as important as the actual practice itself. So we have what, how, why and when, and an evaluation in purple there, which is the loop, the feedback loop, which you take that information that you glean from viewing the recording and feed it back in to your next practice session. You become your own teacher this way. So let's get the show on the road. I'll get my 5 minutes clicking down, my 60 crotchets per minute on my conductor, and get some walking of the feet underneath. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Before I get fully underway, just a quick reminder to like, subscribe, comment and share. Go that extra mile and add your influence to the data that YouTube uses. It helps others to find me. All right, so there's the rhythm as the crotchet pulse. Tricky to speak and play exactly precisely. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get those demi-semi-quavers happening. 2, 3 and 4. And treat this as a standalone groove in itself. And then add in the accents. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and. Now, counterintuitively, the minim pulse, which is half this crotchet pulse, is quite difficult. 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. That really open feel. 1, 3, 4. With the offbeats on the 2 and the 4, rather than the and or the E and the ah. So, counter to what many people think, open feels are very different and very difficult to carry off and be precise. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the quaver feel starts to resemble the on-off groove that we're most familiar with. 1 and 2 and a 3, E up, E and a 1 and 2 and a. Two, 3, 4, E and 1. So that was from the bottom to the top of the note tree, or from a tempo point of view, 30 beats per minute up to 240. And at the moment I'm just carrying the crotchet pulse with the feet and the demi-semi-quavers. Time's ticking down. So, 5 minutes zipped by. Just turn my conductor off and stop my timer. I went over a little bit. It's quite elusive with an eye, keeping time, exact, accurate time, beat by beat, and having a feeling for time in the general sense passing. It's so easy to lose track. So 5 minutes of practice, fully focused, feels like no time at all. Quite a conundrum for a drummer, focusing in on every micro beat, supposedly keeping precise track of time, and the wider passage of time as the minutes tick by disappears. Quite weird. Let me know in the comments if that conundrum has struck you as well. Alright, so that was an introduction to using a kernel of an idea on and off, and then creating a hypermetric feel by changing the note values or flipping up and down the tempos. Down the track, being able to pull elements of the open and the closed versions together to create a hypermetric bigger version of that smaller kernel of an idea. So that's it from me. I'll say see you later. But just before I go, just a quick reminder to like, subscribe, comment and share. Go that extra mile for me so that others can find me more easily. And if you are very, very keen and you like this kind of content, leave a review on my Google business listing. I'll put a link in the comments to that, but you can scan that QR code or screenshot this scene on your display and use Google Lens to find that image, which will take you to my Google Maps page and the review section of that. And if you could leave a review, Google search engines love that kind of stuff. All right, I'm out of here. I'm going to listen and view this recording and see how I went. Oh, by the way, if you're super duper keen, 61 merch products, courtesy of Jeff at Keen Eye Design. He's been busy working away, designing and tweaking the various merch products from his efforts. We have all of these: posters, t-shirts, hoodies, drink bottles, caps, you name it. Great stuff, and apparently there's more money in merch than music. So if you're really super duper keen, go that extra mile for sure. Okay, that's it from me. I will go have a cup of tea and check out how I went. I'll see you in the next one.